Casey's Audio Vault.
Gordie Johnson of Big Sugar, November 10th, 2011. Oh my goodness, and we could not have timed that better. I wasn't sure if the people on the other side of the building were holding on to you, holding you hostage.
The ladies were kind of holding me hostage there, keeping me busy. Nice warm cup of tea and some charming conversation.
That's good. Oh yeah, we just finished playing the new tune.
I know, like on cue, I walked in. It's nice to have intro music, you know.
As you're walking through the halls of the brand new place, the last few times you've been here, we were in the dingy old basement.
Yeah, man, this is my first time to the new joint. It looks really good.
Thank you. How has the tour been going? Any complaints at all?
No, the tour's been amazing so far, man. Every night's been fantastic. We kind of make a set list, but they don't stay fresh very long. People start calling out for stuff, and then we start jamming, and then the set turns into like a 2-3 hour thing.
So depending on how the crowd is going, you could be playing all night?
Yeah, that's generally how it goes. Yeah.
And did you do 11 shows the past 11 days?
We don't count. You can look it up online. I don't want to know. I don't know how many shows we have like 40 and 43 days, something like that.
And you're doing double duty, too, because you're doing bass for Wide Mouth Mason.
Yeah.
I'm thinking at this point, your body might be revolting.
Yeah, but my spirit is willing. Yeah, no, man, it's exciting to play, to play that much music every night. It's really invigorating. And by the time I hit stage after I've played a Wide Mouth Mason show, by the time I hit the stage with Big Sugar, man, I'm limber, loosey-goosey, dancing around. My voice is warmed up. My fingers are warm. Yeah, I'm ready to go.
So you're pretty much dipping into all of the entire Big Sugar catalog, going all the way back, and you're just taking requests? Kind of.
I mean, I've tried to, I try to put together a little bit different show every night, but there's certain songs. I mean, even though we have a new record, and, we want people to know about it, and we want to play some new songs, come on, if you bought a ticket to see Big Sugar, I'm assuming you want to hear Digging a Hole. So I'm going to make sure it's in there every night. Turn the Lights On is in there every night. We try to make people happy. It's not we wouldn't play it if we didn't want to play it, and we still want to play it. So it's no hardship for us.
With Roads Ahead, that was with you for a while, I understand? That's kind of been in your back pocket?
Yeah, I had recorded that song with a band called John Ford in like 2000, I'm going to guess, 2000, 2001. So I'd been having that song lying around. That record never really came out. And then it was just a really great song that we'd worked on, and I had a hand in the writing of it. And I tried to show that to every artist I've worked with for the last 10 years. Like, hey, man, what do you think about this one for your record? Nobody bit. And I finally was like, you know what? I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm going to record Roads Ahead with Big Sugar. And I'm kind of glad I waited till it was right. And
you have a radio hit on your hands just like that.
Yeah, pretty cool, man. Yeah, it's been on the charts for a while, like 22 weeks.
It's like you never even left.
It's kind of cool.
And that's, I understand that's how you're viewing this, as a continuation. There was some dressing down I see from some journalists calling this a reunion for Big Sugar.
Yeah, because that to me kind of smacks of, we're all a little bit broker than we were 10 years ago, and we can't stand each other, but you could get us to pay us a lot of money to play the hits, and then thank God that's over, and then we'll just go home again. No, that was dangled in front of us for the last 8 years. We had no interest in that. Once we all got in the same room and started playing new music together and talking about a new record and what we were going to do, what are you going to wear? Are we going to remember that old jam we used to go into this Black Uhuru thing, into a Bob Marley thing, and then you'd sing that line from the Led Zeppelin song, and then we'd go into this other it had all these jams that we remembered from 10, 15 years ago, So that kind of enthusiasm, we all just got swept up in it. And the next thing you knew, we were in the studio making a new record. I'm like, yeah, man, remember how much fun it is to play Digging a Hole? That's why we're playing it, not because we have to. No one's paying us to play Digging a Hole. We just love to play it again because we had a nice break from it,
So one of the first questions you had for yourselves as a band was, what do you think we should wear?
What are you going to wear? Yeah, man.
Were you thinking of going back to the old clean-cut Hugo Boss suit?
I mean, you're getting this. It's not a visual medium here, folks, but yeah, no, I don't. That was in my younger days.
Well, long hair, you've got a beard, you got a ranch.
You have a mustache. That should be pointed out. Is this a Movember mustache?
This is a Movember mustache.
That's an awesome cause. I mean, if I didn't already have like such an ample mustache, and on religious grounds, I would have otherwise shaved everything off. But a bunch of our band and crew are rocking a Movember mustache on this tour. And, of course, they're all kind of grumbling a little bit because they're seeing it on YouTube and the pictures that are from every show is like, oh, that's a 3-day mustache. Oh, come on, get to the end of November here. But they're looking good, man. I'm starting to see more and more of them out in the audience. Of course, you grow these things to try and raise money and awareness for prostate cancer research. And
absolutely. We've got our own Power 97 team, so Movember.
What's your team name?
Actually, I'm not even sure.
Come on.
Our man David Wheeler set it up, and we're just the Power 97 team.
Dude, honestly, you know what we are?
What are you?
The Fur Barons.
That is well done.
There's lots of good ones. We were going to be the Stashish. We were going to be called that for a minute. The Labiators was another one. Some of these are taken, of course, but...
Would you say that my mustache fits my face? Do I look like a mustache guy?
You look like you've always had it, honestly.
Thank you very much. Well, the first Big Sugar album, that was 20 years ago. The previous one, before the new one, was 10 years ago. Are we going to expect Big Sugar to be around for the next 10 years again? Or off for another 10 years? I think so.
I mean, we're not... we had no discussion about this just being a one-off. You know, everyone's now got their calendars free to do more Big Sugar stuff. Like we'll play in the States next year some more, and we've had some nice offers to go overseas, Germany and England and places like that. So it's funny, you go away for most of a decade and then they invent the internet and and YouTube, and all of a sudden there's people all over in Japan who are going, Big Sugar, oh, you mean we can see Big Sugar?
In the flesh?
I didn't know you cared. Wait a sec. That's kind of cool.
That's neat. You can see where all the YouTube hits come from.
Yeah.
And they can watch you from the other side of the world and tell you to come join them.
I love it.
Winnipeggers, we love to point out our homegrown talents. Neil Young, he may be born in Toronto, but he grew up here. But you were born here in Winnipeg.
I was born here. Yes, I was born in St. Boniface Hospital.
Do you still have connections, some family in the city?
I have family here, yeah. Aunts and uncles and cousins. And yeah. So, and I have my favorite places I like to go to when I get to Winnipeg, you know. We've always made it a necessary tour stop. We always got to go through here. And that's with all my bands, Grady and Widemouth Mason. Last time I was in town, we were on tour with ZZ Top, Widemouth Mason and ZZ Top. And the stories have been going around, but it's really true. We took Billy Gibbons on a tear. We had a night off in Winnipeg, and man, we were afraid we were going to have to cancel the show the next night. Like, we just went missing in action. We went to all the places we could, find to impress them with,
That's awesome.
Yeah,
well, after cool. Winnipeg, you lived in Medicine Hat and Windsor. You were skipping across the border to Detroit, and now in Texas. Have you found home? Out of all these places you've lived, Texas is home?
I feel like it is, yeah. I'm raising my kids there, and, land down there. It's the only place where I get really homesick of all the places I've lived, and it's really good for my music and just for my general state of being. I really feel like I can dream up all kinds of musical schemes from down there and actually put them into play. So it's a good creative place for me to be.
Who's looking after the ranch back at home?
Mama. Yeah, no. Mrs. Johnson takes care of business pretty good. Yeah.
Gordie, thank you so much for dropping by this afternoon.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a really wonderful show tonight, man. I'm really looking forward to this.
Big Sugar with Widemouth Mason tonight at Burton Cummings Theatre. Thank you so much again.
All the interviews you want on iTunes and at power97.com. Casey's Audio Vault.
Casey Norman is Power 97's music director and can be heard every weekday from 2 till 6 in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada.
Power 97 is Winnipeg's best rock.